You point to disaster preparation as being something we should consider more important.
I think a mistake that a lot of people make is that they think disaster preparation is just for a disaster, but it's not just for a disaster. If you go get first aid training to prepare yourself, you have first aid supplies to prepare yourself. If little Jimmy, scrapes his knee on the sidewalk or breaks his arm, you have some skills and knowledge and supplies in your house that you can help. Or if you have fire extinguishers in your house and a little fire breaks out, it's not a disaster, but you have the tool, the supply there to put that fire out before it becomes something major. If you go become CERT trained, the Community Emergency Response Team training, you learn some other skills, simple skills, things about your natural gas service, about your electricity service, how you manage those utilities. So you learn many other skills, medical, utility management, some firefighting, basic types of skills. You learn all that, and so it's not just applicable to a disaster, which may or may not occur. And that's what people's approach is. It may or may not occur. We've been talking about earthquakes for years and years and years, and they do happen. But unless it affects you personally, it doesn't necessarily register. But we can also see with a neighbor getting hurt or yourself getting hurt, burning yourself, cutting yourself, having a little fire, those types of things, those skills that you learn in preparing and those supplies that you build up in preparing, such as extinguishers and medical supplies, you can use in a non-disaster situation. So it doesn't just apply to disaster, that once-in-a-lifetime disaster. It applies to daily activities. It could possibly be used at any time. What a lot of people don't realize is fire loss every year, and this is important with Hurricane Sandy going on. On average, if you put add up all the property damage from natural disasters every year, it still does not equal the amount of property damage we suffer as a nation due to fire alone. So where we're focusing on disaster preparedness, like I said, there's that other angle where you learn these fire protection skills, or you learn that you need to have that fire extinguisher there, and you learn how to work that fire extinguisher. So again, it doesn't apply just to disaster preparedness. It applies to what could happen.
It's a much wider benefit.
And what does happen regularly in our region where a fire occurs somewhere. What intrigues me the most is trying to get people to the tools to help themselves, because we will be overwhelmed when we look at the scenario that of the earthquake. That's our most likely scenario. Doesn't mean something else wouldn't occur that could strain resources, but whatever the nature of the incident, the key is, because we can't get out to everyone, is what can everybody else do to help each other and themselves. Resources will be stretched, we know that. We know that we're not going to be able to get everywhere. So this would be a good project to try to find a way to reach folks to prepare themselves.